songs, yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, flapping gums. Anyways, that would be epic, wouldn't it?
It would. I mean, they'd probably like get along with the aliens and be like, "Yeah, we're not gonna tell anybody about you. We're gonna die soon anyway." So a lot of people have noticed in like the Vegas airport, the Las Vegas airport, there are unmarked planes that leave Vegas and like head towards the area of 51. The area of 51. Area 51. Those planes have like no signage, no logos, no nada. And it's been speculated that those are just like the workers that will live in Vegas and then they'll like commute like a bus to Area 51 back and forth each day.
That's nuts. So,
yeah.
Do they give any reasoning why there's nothing on the aircraft?
I don't know, because doesn't it make it more suspicious that nothing is written on it?
Yeah, that was my first thought. Because if I saw an airplane or even like a big bus or something with zero writing on it, or like a company logo, I'm getting a little suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, like, at least write, or like make a deal with like American Airlines, right? And slap their logo on top of it.
Right.
Whatever. Or maybe they just don't even want people from these companies knowing, so they can't really put anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if people would say, like, yes, you can use the American Airlines logo, however, here's the caveat. We want first knowledge of when aliens are able to produce human-alien hybrid babies.
Oh, shit.
They want all the deets. They want the juicy meat, and they want to spread it like fucking Wendy's.
Wait, why do they want the information, though?
Doesn't everybody want to know a little bit about aliens?
Yeah, I guess, but I figured with a big company they'd want some kind of leverage.
Well, here's the leverage. It's for advertising. They could they could use real life known alien depictions in their ads and say, this is American Airlines, first airline to fly the alien. And it's like you fucking see like little gray man.
What if they're grooming and growing little babies from alien DNA to be pilots?
If an alien was a pilot, now would he be a pilot from birth, or do we still have to train him?
You'd still have to train him, but I feel with his alien genetic DNA, he'd be able to learn it in probably half an hour.
Well, there you go.
So like, you would have an alien fetus flying.
If he learned how to fly a plane in half an hour, and then we like take precautions and we train him for what, a year? Because pilots train for longer than that, right?
Yeah.
So, dude.
Pilots take years, so if you could...
Take that baby to fucking town. Take him for a year. Take him on a joyride across the whole world. 80 days? Suck my ass. Fucking 1 minute around the world, that baby's gonna fly.
Okay, but here's the thing. Okay?
Yeah.
So, if they are grooming babies to be pilots at Area 51...
Yes.
If that were the case, what if it's, and I'm going to get a little dark here, it's because they want replacing humans like at McDonald's and stuff?
I mean, I think an alien can flip burgers.
I don't think so, man.
Do you think they can fly a plane, but they can't fucking serve a fucking Big Mac? Are you shitting me?
So stupid.
Maybe we'll come back to it another time, but here's another conspiracy for you. Here's something to wrap your brain around, try and figure out a little bit.
Okay.
I was alive when this was a product, but I never tasted it myself.
Oh,
and
boy.
Do you remember when Coca-Cola made New Coke?
New Coke? I don't think so.
So it was like
Is that the Coke that's like invisible, or is that Pepsi?
No, that's Crystal Pepsi. And they stopped that real quick.
Okay. I think I saw somebody online drink an old one and they got violently sick.
I would not deny it. I remember when they brought it back for like a summer. They brought Crystal Pepsi back for a summer. I tried it. It was really good. It's just clear Pepsi. It doesn't have like the brown food coloring or whatever.
No.
It's just Pepsi. I like Pepsi. So, that's what that is. But New Coke was them trying a new recipe for Coca-Cola, and everybody hated it. Everybody thought it was like the worst thing in the world.
What was so different about it?
I think they stopped using the cocaine.
Oh, you know what? That's right. I remember they used real authentic cocaine.
Yeah.
I like how I say real authentic.
Real authentic.
Authentic Coke.
Well, I think what they did, instead of putting regular cocaine in there, they put crack in the new Coke. Because it was during the 80s. During the whole, rock epidemic.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if people are bouncing off the walls already?
Right. Well, that's the thing. It's like people would get so elevated off the regular like cocaine Coca-Cola, and it was elevating. It was great. It was whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give them crack, and then like they feel good, but when they come down, they don't want to drink that shit ever again.
No,
it hurts. It hurts when you come back down. So nobody wanted New Coke anymore. Nobody wanted the New Coke. Everybody wanted the old Coke. So the conspiracy theory behind this, because I haven't really referenced it yet, is a lot of people believe that Coca-Cola, like the company, created New Coke to better sell their original product. Like they made this thing that was built to flop just so they could make better sales with their old stuff.
A little reverse psychology.
Right, and like rebrand, because they rebranded it. If you look on Coca-Cola cans now, they still do this. Mm-hmm. It's Coca-Cola Classic.
Okay.
So it's like, it's the classic taste. It's got that cocaine-filled
it's got that cocaine
real
flavoring.
Coke. Yep. So,
wow.
So a lot of the conspiracy theories are like, they didn't really want to make a new product. They just kind of put this out there. They put New Coke out there to be like, do you really want us to become this new shitty thing? Or you want us to keep doing what we're doing? Right. And everyone was like, no, just keep doing it, please. Yeah, stop making us drink this. What do you think of that?
You know what? If that's a great... I mean, it's really shitty, but that's the name of the game in business with so many people, and they do these tactics where I could totally see a big company looking to like have a product that they push out purposely to flop, but they get, they put so much behind it because they want so many people to get out in front of it and try this new product. And then when it does flop, of course, everybody's going to be like, that other shit's way better. And then it starts selling. I could definitely see it.
Dude, talk about mind control. That's like manipulation.
Maybe they're working with the people in Alaska.
They probably are. I mean, I even had some more stuff about mind control myself, of how the government was working on some tests back in fucking LSD times. Yeah.
Oh, let's hear this.
And this is proven true. This is not something that's false. That's the definition of true if you don't understand that. So back in like 60s, 70s era, the government, the CIA specifically, was using LSD and other hallucinogens to test out behavioral modification and manipulation. And there was this program known as MK Ultra that people would either like sign up voluntarily, or just like, usually it was people just like trying to get a fix for something, right? Mm-hmm. But the CIA used this as like, what is this drug capable of? Like, can we actually make people think certain things or act in certain ways? And it went really far as to this MK Ultra program. They just started dosing people without their knowledge. Like, they would say, like, oh, this is a placebo, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Like, they were trying to, like, see how far they could push it. And they kind of left some people permanently damaged and, like, permanently disabled because of the drugs that they were using.
Yeah, I bet if they're just stuffing them, they don't know how their body's going to react to it.
Right. So, like, in the 60s and 70s, this was a conspiracy theory, but it was proven true. Like, people were actually getting fucked up off of, like, this really messed up, high hallucinogen shit.
Wow. I wonder if they still... there's nobody that can still do that, right?
Well...
I mean, I got to imagine things have tightened up as far as regulations go.
But what is a regulation? You know, who is making those laws that says we can't do that? The government, right?
Right. Area 51, probably.
Area 51, Alaskan, fucking Aurora Borealis bullshit.
Yeah.
These people are making the laws, and then when they make the laws, they could just break them themselves because it's like, well, you know, we made them, so we don't have to follow them.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, what about, okay, so there are hallucinogens in LSD, so that was proven true. But what about something that was never proven? How about from planes? You know those chemtrails that they're spitting out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what do you think of chemtrails going into the air?
I don't really know much about chemtrails. I just know people who are always worried that they're like spraying shit into the public. And it's like for all sorts of different purposes, or, you know, secretly trying to like get people sick or something.
I'll tell you what, I'd rather people spraying chemicals into the air rather than the shit and piss from those airplanes.
Oh, you know, people don't think about that.
Yeah.
The shit and the piss. How does that just like evaporate because you're going so fast?
Dude, I don't know. Fucking because gray water.
Think that you'd walk around and you'd be having like a bunch of shit and piss falling from the sky.
Cloudy with a chance of duty. Yeah.
You know, that those planes that like when there's forest fires and they come through and they spray like the colored whatever, the fire retardant that lays down, and then later everything is like a red color.
Yeah.
Well, that would be poop. So everything would just be brown.
Oh no, I wouldn't like that. Paint the whole town red. Paint the whole town brown.
Exactly. So what are they saying chemtrails are doing to people then?
Well, people are just like concerned about like chemicals in the air. It's not necessarily mind control. Some people will go a little bit farther and say like, oh, it's to like make sure that we're in check and we get all the, you know, the chemicals that we need for them to like activate our brains later or like some shit.
Oh, could you imagine if one day all of a sudden, that reminds me of, do you remember the movie Power Rangers? The original one?
Which one? Oh, the original one?
Yeah, with Mr. Ivan Ooze.
I don't think so,
And he had like this like putty. It was like a gack. And if people touched it, they automatically became like these walking zombies. And they
What?
Yeah, the whole town like started touching it. And so they all started walking, and everybody, the whole town finally was walking over to a cliff, and they were all going to fall off like lemmings.
What the?
Yeah. The kids had to save them.
He mind controlled everybody in the town to kill themselves?
Yeah, pretty much. Isn't that fucked up for a kid's movie?
That's really weird. That's really weird.
Like all the town kids, obviously that, you know, their parents are the ones that are all, you know, like zombified. Because I think it only affected like older people, because I remember there was a ton of kids.
What the fuck are they touching gack for?
Because they would find it like on their mantle, like that their kid